I wanted to show you all a nice plant to have around your garden. This one is called Mallow. See how it grows like that? This plant is grown all over the northern hemisphere. It's a weed. It likes disturbed soils. So it's growing right there next to the squash. Want to see another mallow? This is probably 10 feet tall, this mallow tree. There's a couple of them growing here. And they're rooted right in here, in between my plums. I did a double, like a twin plum combo right in here in this spot. And right in the middle of them, these mallows. These big trunks, and they just rooted in right next to the tree. And I let them grow. And the reason why is because I actually seeded this property with mallow. I collected the seeds and encouraged it to grow here more than it normally did. These are the blossoms. Mallow root is a good mucilagenic, kind of almost like a cold medicine. Mallow is high mucilagen, so it's meant to thicken up soup, and it's a good respiratory aid. And these little seed pods, see how they're like a cheese wheel? It's also known as the cheese wheel plant. So this little boy, little tiny kid, like elementary school. I went to a primarily Hispanic school, and my classmates taught me how to eat this when I was a little kid. I forgot about it for years and years and years, and rediscovered it just a few years ago. But that is good to eat. The little seed pod. The leaves you can cook kind of like spinach, or you can cook them in soups, kind of like a potherb. A good example of a potherb would be like the St. Patrick's Day corned beef and cabbage. That's a potherb. So you can make like a soup or a very watery stew with the leaves. Thicken up your soup by adding those leaves, boiling them into the soup, and then removing them and making it thicker to make gravy. So anyway, another thing, snails everywhere. Look at that. Oh, here's another one. Big giant snails. That right there is the Fibonacci spiral. As that snail was young, it grew very slow, and as it got older, it grew faster, bigger and faster, until it is at full maturity now. I'm always torn with snails because they're a life form that I have a lot of respect for. I just don't like them eating my sprouts and stuff. I don't know what to do about that, except for I usually try to just relocate them. So I toss them kind of in a place where they're not going to do as much damage. But they really wreck the cactus, the paddle cactus, La Puntia. And they seem to, I don't know if they're eating aphids or what, but they seem to get on the bean plants, and I think they eat the little shoots and the blossoms and stuff, and they might prevent my fava beans from growing nice and big like I want them to. But then the aphids also do some damage, and I can't pick every little aphid off like I can pick a snail off. So, anywho, mallow. If you have a weed that grows in your yard, and it's an edible weed and it tastes good, and you figure out how to cook with it and utilize it, then you should be growing that. They were brought here for a purpose. And actually, marshmallows were made with a cousin of this plant called the marshmallow plant. So, and that's an ancient Egyptian candy. Marshmallows. So, what sort of weeds are you eating? I'll post another one soon. Until then, I'm gonna let this one go to seed and collect its seeds because it's 10 feet tall and I like it.